And the revelations continue in day 2 of that probable cause hearing from Jonathan and Anita. We now know a DCF social worker who was working with Mimi's family, and some more details about the video call she did with Mimi's imposter.
Chief Investigator Lynn Bestoff spoke with Connecticut's former child advocate about these latest developments. Lynn, shed some light on that conversation. What was the biggest takeaway for you?
Well, Keisha and Mike, what she said is that while it appears mistakes were made, this is an agency that needs help. Sarah Eagan now heads the Center for Children's Advocacy in Hartford. We first asked about how a DCF worker was duped by a woman in her 20s posing as 12-year-old Mimi Torres in a video call.
What was your immediate reaction when you heard that news?
Well, that is hard to reconcile, right? The timeline is really important here as to, when folks should have discovered, whether through the school system, child protection system, or other, what had happened to Mimi Torres.
It was later learned Mimi had already been dead for months when that video call took place in early 2025. Eagan says this case helps underline how the DCF, while no longer under federal oversight, still faces major challenges.
It's not because they're not trying, and they need a lot of help to turn that ship around.
Eagan recently wrote an op-ed highlighting reports about the DCF issued last summer, one by the state, one by the feds. One outlined more than 3,000 incidents of children in DCF custody going missing over 2 years. The other saying the state didn't meet safety and well-being benchmarks of children involved with the DCF.
That this is a system, in my view, that is really on the brink. Workforce-wise, service-wise, foster care availability-wise, practice-wise. And that has to really concern us as stakeholders.
And you guessed it, Eagan says the biggest way to fix this is more funding.
If we want to hold DCF accountable for fulfilling the state's legal obligation to ensure the safety of children like Mimi Torres, they need the tools.
And just how much more money for child welfare is Eagan talking about? She said millions, probably tens of millions. The short legislative session where budget adjustments are made starts next month. Len Bestoff, NBC Connecticut investigates. Keisha, Mike, back to you.
Len, thank you.